Okay, let's try this question here. Now, this people probably haven't. We only do probability, grade 12 probability at the end, or some schools, anyways. But let's do it anyways, so you can take a look at how this thing works, and once you learn how to do it, you come back and try these questions. A company has a 4-character code, okay, a letter, a digit, a letter, and a digit. The 26 letters of the alphabet and the digits from 0 to 9. That's 10 different numbers. Well, if you're allowed to repeat, how many different combinations are possible? And it's just the product of all the possibilities. 26 letters in the first one, then 10, then 26, then 10. All you do is do that. 26 times 26 times 10 times 10 times 100, and that's your answer. That's the first question. We're going to look at this here now. What the actual number answer is in a second here. But the second question says, what if you had, how many different codes could you form if you weren't allowed to use 6 of the letters, okay? And you cannot start with a W or a Z. Well, that's 26 minus 6 minus 2. That's 18 choices you'd have in the first one. That's kind of how you do it. The letters and digits can't be repeated, so it matters what once you pick one, it might affect the other one. The code at the end has to end in an odd digit. Well, from 0 to 9, there's 5 digits there. So the choices you've got there are 5, and the choices you have here are 18. Well, if you've got 5 choices, if you've chosen, you're forced into using, you have 5 choices for the odd digits, but whatever number you put in here, odd number, means you only have 9 left here. So that's 5, that's 9, that's 18. When you go back to choose the letter, though, this W or Z come back into play. So that's so you can't. That's 20, but you've used one letter. That means you've got, because you've used one of the letters to make a choice here. That affects that. That's why that should be 19. Let's take a look at it. The first thing here, 18, and then there's 19 there. Now, there's a nice explanation. You can read through it. These people, they use the same sort of story that I just said. Here's the possibilities if you you can have repeats with the letters and the digits. You have 67,600. If you're not allowed to have repeats and you have all these different conditions of odd numbers in the end and all the rest, it's 18 times 9 times 19 times 5. You can watch the video. You can read this lovely memo here where somebody's explained it pretty good. There's one more question here. They say this question here. Let's go back, take a look. The company wishes to increase the number of 4 credit codes, so it adds the other 6 letters back. So now we've got, okay. It adds the 6 letters can be used, okay? Calculate the percentage increase in the number of codes that can now be formed. So instead of, let's take a look here. Instead of starting, I guess they still have the same condition though. You can't start with a W or a Z. So that means you got 24 choices there. It's the same choices here, 5 and 9 for the digits, same conditions. And then you'd have 25 letters to choose from here, okay, once you've made your choice here, and you can't start with a W or a Z. Okay, we want to figure out the percentage increase. We take this big number minus the small number divided by the total, this 15,390, right, times 100. That's how you get to a percentage, okay? So it's the difference between the two answers. What percentage increase? You just find the increase, divide by that 15,390, times by 100, and there's your percentage. Okay, that's all the questions done.